Hello, welcome to the Firefly. Hello, welcome to the Firefly. Oh my gosh. Hello, welcome to the Firefly project. My name is Daniel. I'm the guy that created the Famplify adventure app for families. My entire life, I wanted a pre-1967 split window VW bus. And this year, God opened the opportunity for me to buy one so that my son and I can fix it up. But before we do that, I wanted to introduce you to the vehicle before we started doing all the modifications. So why don't we take a look? We're gonna walk around the exterior before we look at the interior. But I just want to show you the main points that I have, like the biggest parts for concern. First, I love the Safari windows, but you can see that they're old and kind of broken apart. All the seals need to be replaced. Some of the lights are just old and kind of junky, so we're gonna get those fixed. You can tell that these European slash bumpers were not the ones not the original. They didn't come with the vehicle, so we may change those in the future. You can see this is the biggest cause for concern up here. There is some rust bubbling underneath the paint. This is the original color as best I can tell. It's a green. The owner that I bought it from, there was only 2 owners. It was always a California bus, which is kind of cool. It's really straight. It was always a panel, a 1-seater bench panel, but we're gonna convert that to be, we're gonna have windows in the back panels and in both doors. Now what's really cool about this bus is it is a double door. That makes it a little bit rarer of a vehicle, but you can tell the paint just wasn't done well. So we're gonna look at all those spots and dings and cracks and things that are concerning. But if you look down here, the rockers are really straight. So I'm really encouraged that this is a very straight bus. So let's take a look at the inside. So you can see this is a double door, and it's still in really good condition. It was not always a camper, but it was converted to a camper, and they did a pretty good job. The person that had this vehicle loved it, but they just didn't do a show quality job. And not that that's what we're gonna try and make it, but my son and I are gonna fix all this old wood paneling. You can tell this is a rigged up Z-bed that never really worked, so we're gonna fix that and make that right. What's nice is that all these panels, although they're all old and crusty, it's gonna make it nice so that I don't need to buy a template. I can just use what is already here, so that's pretty cool. We got a fridge, but that doesn't work, so we'll figure out how to get that thing running. And there is a lot of storage in here, but this, again, is not all original parts, so we're gonna have to fix or replace all that. Another cause for concern is they replaced these panels, it looks like, at one point, but they rolled the metal on the inside, so some of that's gonna take some fixing that's beyond me. So we're gonna have to have some metalwork friends help us out. One really cool thing I wanted to point out about this was the person that I bought it from actually has the original 1963 California plates that came with this bus. So that was pretty cool. Lastly, one of the bigger projects, we're gonna convert this hardtop to a ragtop. And along with that, since we have to replace a lot of the sheet metal when we do that, we're gonna put in the 8 windows that are in the top piece too. So that'll be a lot of fun, but also gonna be a huge project. Another really cool feature about this bus when I bought it, it has this 6-rib 1/3 quarter roof rack, which is kind of neat. And I like it, I really like the wood, but I think I may change that one for a full length wrought iron rack. So that depends. We'll see how that one plays out. Okay, another big project. You can see a lot of this wood paneling again is all falling off, and underneath here somebody put a radio in it, but it doesn't work. All of the wires and fuses are exposed. We're gonna get those covered up and cleaned up. Whoever painted a lot of the dashboard in here, there's runs and cracks and just a lot we can clean up in here. But they did install a tachometer and an oil pressure and oil temperature gauge, which is super helpful and exciting. So I'm glad that those updates were made. The fuel gauge works, which is great. The speedometer works, and the odometer sort of works. So all things, oh, and then the turn signals, that does not work. One of the biggest causes for concern is this top corner. I don't know, you can see that there is some Bondo work that's been done. It wasn't done very well, and I don't know how big of a problem it is in there. So once we strip it down, we'll have a better idea of what that looks like. But there may be some major repair in this driver window side. So I'm a little concerned about that though. The floors look good. It looks like some rust has already been repaired. We may have to go back and do some of those patches again. But all in all, she's a steady she's a steady bus. So I'm excited to give. Oh, and the other thing, this is not the original seat that came with this. So they've actually welded in seat rails. So it works for now, but I think we'll probably want to clean that up as time permits too. So a lot of this upholstery will have to be recovered. You can see there's some scars and pieces in here that just make this, we'll have to just recover it, but all of the foam is there, which is really cool, which will make the project fairly easy. You can see down here that this is not the original motor that came with the vehicle, so there's plenty of opportunity to upgrade with all of that. So that's going to be interesting as well. I don't know, I don't have plans for that just yet because it's running, and really converting it to be the Firefly bus that's in all of the cartoons and the Famplify adventures is the idea. Because we have plans for this bus to take it out into the neighborhoods to do family movie nights in the parks, which is going to be really cool. So you'll want to follow and make sure you know where we're at, what we're doing, and how we're doing it. So like, subscribe, and follow us for the adventure.
Later.
So we named it Firefly. We didn't intend for it to start on fire. But praise the Lord, I had a fire extinguisher and caught it early. And it was in traffic, so I was like, start, come on, come on, come on. And then it was like, I'm like, that's not right, something's not right. And then I was like, whoa, I smell smoke. So I got out and I saw the flame go out the side, and I was already like, no. So, and I knew there was a fire extinguisher there. I'm like, oh, you gotta be kidding me. Open it up.